Hey, so it's been a while. Sorry for not making a video in a long time. Been pretty busy, but yeah. So here we are. This is the Nectar Knight, Nectar Warrior. I'm not really sure whatever you want to call it. Really, I'm a bee. I'm basically a bee. Yeah. So basically, this is a Knight Guild character that I decided to make because I don't know. I just had this idea of making like a really tanky character, and I think I succeeded in that. So anyway, let's go over the stats real quick. So first things first, I have the full Nectar Knight set. I haven't enchanted this part yet, which if you for this, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But basically, the Nectar Knight set is really important for this, as its main ability is the Sticky Sweetness ability, which most of my abilities are related to Sticky. Which, I just got a trade, what? Oh, really nice trade. Okay, anyway. So, basically, I have the Knight Guild for this, already talked about that. But basically, the idea is that you want to have a lot of protection, a lot of tenacity, and a lot of warding, you know? There's a lot of knight armors and stuff like that. Like, I'm pretty sure there's one that scales off of cold resistance as well, but I didn't want to use that. So basically, the full sticky armor set. This is all based around applying sticky, which works with your honey arts ability, which happens when you use your Q ability, which my Q ability is retaliate, which will shoot out a little sticky ball and stuff like that, which I'll show you down here. So here you can just use Q, shoots a sticky ball. That would apply sticky if I was fighting like an actual enemy. And the other abilities also work off of Sticky, which, let's start with Sticky Sweetness, which is getting hit has a chance to apply Sticky to the opponent. Additionally, you take less damage from an opponent with Sticky. Now, you're basically going to be applying Sticky on like most of your opponents, so there's like not really going to be any time where they're not going to have Sticky applied to them. So this is already going to negate a lot of damage dealt to you. This is also combined with Sticky Guard, which for my infused items, I have infused the Snowman Pants, a Honey Steel chest plate, and a Stag Root helmet. All of those items give really good abilities. The Honey Steel chest plate gives Sticky Guard. Gain reinforce when hitting an opponent with Sticky. So it goes with my sword, as with my sword, at the end of my hit, I do this attack, which that is a big like sticky ring that anything in that vicinity gets applied with sticky, and I get a reinforced ability. So then, yeah, I'll close that. And then this is also tied to with my F ability. For the handle, which I'm using the like Grandmaster Magic handle, whatever it's called. It creates this giant orb which just knocks back enemies as well. It's pretty nice. But it gives you this shield, which reduces damage. Now, something that's really interesting about this ability is that it stacks with regular reinforce. So I'm basically going to be having two reinforce abilities, along with sticky, which is just making them do even less damage to me, which just basically leads to them things like the queen bee. When I just hold block or have my two reinforces, it does no damage to me whatsoever. I'll take 0 damage whether I'm blocking or not blocking, which is just incredible. This is also combined with my warding and protection, which the reason I don't have that much warding. I went for more protection because a lot more things do physical. But the warding, the reason I have a little bit more to keep up, because these armors don't really give a lot, is because of the snow pants. The snowman pants give a ridiculous amount of warding. I think it's like 0.3 on each piece, so it's really good. But it also gives the ability Ice Storm, which land every 10 hits, you get a short little thing that creates an ice storm around you. It doesn't really do a lot of damage, but it's still pretty good just to have combined with your block, you know, so you're just going to be like blocking a lot of attacks, and it's going to knock back along with a little like ice storm around you. And then we also have the Explosive Honey. This is the thing I was talking about earlier. Heart and Will. This is all from, what's it called? The Knight Guild, which is all really nice. And then we have the, well, I think I missed it. It was the Vapor Aegis. I please correct me on my grammar. But having Reinforce makes you take 90% less water and fire damage and increases Reinforce duration. So you're basically going to be getting Reinforce from hitting enemies that have sticky, which is going to be then stacked upon that you're going to have it for a longer period of time, plus your blocking Reinforce ability, plus the fact that sticky enemies deal less damage to you. You basically end up taking barely any damage with this build. And the only times you will take a lot of damage is if you just slip up, you don't have your Reinforce on, which is going to be on most of the time you're fighting enemies. And yeah, there really isn't a lot like to say much more about this build. I'd say the only thing to point out is that my drip. Oh, something I should point out is that for this right here, the magic missile rune, I do not use this. I only put it in my inventory. I don't use my rune whatsoever. I have it though because it gives a 0.15 protection and a 0.15 warding, and also gives magic boost. Which, granted, you aren't going to be doing like a lot of damage on this build. It's mainly more for like support and survivability, mainly because like for here. But here you can see that for your main handle, which is the Grand Magic Long Handle, this right here, which gives Grand Magic Guard, already talked about that. But your scaling for magic is going to be the highest, and the only reason they're not going to be doing too much damage is because of the blade. But the blade is really an essential thing that you need for this build to be really good. So granted, it's still pretty good. Gives tenacity. Yeah. And Retaliate as an ability also is just great because it just makes you do extra damage and take like barely any damage, especially with Reinforce and stuff. So other than that, I believe that is everything I had to cover for this build. I don't think I'm missing anything. Because this build, it really isn't that complicated. It's just get a lot of stuff that's like for protection, the Night Guild, y'all want to get a lot of other stuff like that. And I guess some alternative... hold on, let's see. Oh, that's a great trade. No. I guess some alternatives for this build you could do is you could definitely do the, I believe it's the, what's the hand... It's like the magic hammer handle from the Brilliant Chest, I think. That could be an alternative. You could use the other magic long handle, which I think it is. It's over here. This is another alternative. You could use the reinforced magewood handle if that's more of what you'd want to go for. Yeah, there's a lot of alternatives you could try out for this build. You could maybe make it a healer, which for me to heal, I made a completely different armor set where it's just like have all this holy stuff just for like some little heals just in case I need to heal. Like, because I'm not going to be using magic missile just because I don't really need it aside from I need the protection. But other than that, yeah, this is the build idea. Sorry I haven't made a Voxlblade video in a little bit. Been working on some other stuff. I have a lot of other Voxlblade videos planned for the future. Like, I think I have some fan update ideas, a lot of ideas, because this game is just ridiculously amazing. But other than that, though, I do have another retrospective I have started working on, and I have a script for, which you could take some guesses to what that could be, but yeah. So, with all that out of the way, this was the little build video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys later.